In part 1, I asked, can AI replace a running coach? Today, I will show you live how I actually use AI step by step. I have created a small PDF with structured prompts. I will use those exact prompts now and show you how AI returns. If you are new here, I am Biraj, a data and analytics professional who went from overweight to marathon running. Let's start with the demo. The first step is to create your athlete profile on the platform. I have already created a sample prompt with some sample data in the file. I will add a link to this file in the description. Feel free to download it later. Let's examine the prompt first. If you closely monitor the prompt here, we will see there are different segments of information here. We start with age, gender, like basic information, and then very importantly, injury history. We should not miss out any information that is relevant to us under injury history. The next item is training days available, and also if there is a strength training frequency that we are going to do. And the last segment is physiological data: max heart rate, resting heart rate, threshold HR and HR zones. I am going to paste the prompt from the PDF exactly as it is written and see how ChatGPT reacts. You can use other tools as well, like other GenAI tools. So it has created the profile based on my performance level and also gave a comment. I am mostly interested to know the interpretation, and it has called out that my shorter distance performance is better than marathon performance. Athlete type classification, very interesting. You are currently speed oriented aerobic runner characteristics, and most importantly key limitation observed, and it has also suggested possible gray zone training. Ultimately it gave me a potential estimate for 10k, half marathon and marathon, and finally it gave me a coach summary. Now let's observe the highlighted section: life context, sleep, job stress, schedule. Let's observe what happens when AI factors in moderate to high stress and 6.5 hours of sleep. You can see it has already done an analysis on lifestyle and recovery based on sleep data. Now I am interested again on the interpretation. Your sleep is acceptable but not optimal for heavy endurance training. Then it has also called out the work stress moderate to high and also listed the effects of this stress on my training and gave me an integrated athlete profile. Key limiting factors from lifestyle, recovery cycle, risk of accumulated fatigue, and so on. A lot of information. I would highly recommend you to read them carefully. Step number 2 is to set up the goal and weekly plan. So I am going to copy and paste the prompt on the thread and see what AI returns. It has started with training philosophy for me. It has created an intensity distribution table and also supported with reasons behind this distribution, and gave a weekly structure and then weekly running plan. Specifically it has called out the logic. For every workout it has given me the logic. Very interestingly, recovery structure. Let's go through it. Your life context requires deliberate recovery. Then it has given me a deload strategy for every 4th week. But hold on, before you move on, you remember you are still the head coach. So don't just accept the plan, analyze it, make changes as required, and then accept it. And while making the analysis, ask these questions: is this intensity distribution logical to you? Does it match with your current fitness level? Or is zone 2 properly emphasized? Is progression realistic? And finally, even if AI gives a perfect looking plan, you must evaluate: does this match your fatigue? Does this match your real life this week? You never outsource awareness to AI. The next step is to give post-workout feedback. Let's simulate a real workout. A 14-kilometer aerobic run, HR slightly high, mild calf tightness. This is going to be the prompt. So here are the details about the time and distance, and here are the zones. These zones you can get from Strava or any other apps you are using. You can also see the cadence and elevation gain. Also you can add the subjective feedback. The more information you give, the better it will analyze. So when I use this prompt, it gave me analysis, and I am interested to know the interpretation. This is slightly aggressive but still acceptable. And there are a number of analyses given here. I am not going to read all of this, But let's go down and see the final comment from the coach. And if I look at the final verdict, a solid aerobic endurance session slightly on the upper edge of zone 2. I did not overshoot, but the moderate systematic fatigue and small Achilles warning. And also it has given another decision point about tomorrow's running. Tomorrow's threshold session, I should slightly reduce the volume. The final step is to give weekly review prompt at the end of week if you are really serious about taking help from AI in your running journey. And you can see the structure. I am going to use this as it is and see how AI reacts. So it has started analyzing the data. So it has given a lot of analysis and created a number of decision points for me which I can take care in future. It has also talked about recovery indicators, resting heart rate, sleep, fatigue perception, and most importantly recommended adjustment for next week. That is where I think it becomes very useful when it comes to use the help of AI. If you use AI randomly, you get generic plans. If you use it structurally with profile, life context, daily feedback and weekly review, it becomes very powerful. But always remember, you are the head coach. AI is just the assistant. And in the next video, I will show you how I use AI during injury phases when things don't go as planned. This is Birajology, train with understanding.